Welcome to this introductory training on Quality for Me, moving from Step 1 to Step 2. This brief presentation will help you become familiar with Quality for Me, its goals, structure, and why it is important. A quality rating and improvement system is a systemic approach to assess, improve, and communicate the level of quality in early and school-age care and education programs. Maine's Quality Rating and Improvement System, or QRIS, is called Quality for Me. Quality for Me is a voluntary system, and it has 3 goals. To recognize early care and education programs that provide quality care, to encourage providers to increase their level of quality, and to provide parents with identifiable standards of quality. Quality for Me was created with input from many providers, parents, researchers, and child advocates who are involved in the early care and education system in Maine. The process began in 2004 and was led by the Maine Department of Health and Human Services, or DHHS. DHHS brought together a large group of stakeholders to begin discussions of how to develop a system to identify and recognize quality early childhood programs. Over the next 2 years, the Early Childhood Division of DHHS held focus groups to learn about how parents and providers define quality in early care and education settings. Feedback from statewide focus groups held with providers and parents was combined with national research to create a tiered rating system. Many providers throughout the state, representing family child care, center-based care, school-age care, Head Start, accredited and non-accredited programs, participated in a testing phase. Their feedback helped shape the standards found in Quality for Me today. Quality for Me was launched statewide in 2008. Quality for Me is based upon 4 steps of quality indicators in the areas of licensing compliance, learning environment and developmentally appropriate practice, program evaluation, staffing and professional development, administrative policies and procedures, family resources and involvement, authentic assessment. All of the indicators can be found on this website. A link is provided in the introductory page to this course. Why is Quality for Me important? We all care and want what is best for Maine's children and families. Research has shown that children in high-quality early childhood programs have better developed language skills, motor skills, and reasoning ability when they get to school. They are more likely to be successful throughout their years in school. They are less likely to repeat grades, and they are more likely to graduate from high school. Not only will children who have attended high-quality early childhood programs fare better in school and in the future, but communities can expect to spend less on remedial school programs, where the costs for correction are much higher. Why should your program participate? Joining Quality for Me helps validate all of the good work that your program already does with children. Joining Quality for Me will also help you assess where your program rates in relation to state and national quality indicators. Participation with Quality for Me will help you identify and access resources to support your movement up the steps. What are the requirements to join Quality for Me? To join Quality for Me, your program must be in good standing with licensing. This means you have no substantiated serious licensing violations within the past year. The definition of serious licensing violation will be covered in Module 1 of this course. In addition, you and all staff members of your program, if you have staff, must be members of the Maine Roads to Quality Registry. Membership in the Maine Roads to Quality Registry allows you to document your professional development. If you are not a member of the Maine Roads to Quality Registry, you can join online. How do you begin? Programs can apply for Quality for Me online, and the website is provided. After completing the application, your program will receive a quality rating. There are 4 steps within Quality for Me. Programs rated at Step 1 meet licensing regulations and have no serious substantiated complaints within the past year. The steps progress upward with the top step, Step 4, representing programs that meet the highest quality standards. Programs at Step 4 must be nationally accredited by the appropriate accrediting body: the National Association of Family Child Care for family child care providers, the National Association for the Education of Young Children, or NAEYC, for center-based programs, the Council on Accreditation, or the National After School Alliance, COA or NAA, for school-age programs, or there must be a Head Start Program of Excellence, formerly a blue or gold designation. You can access a paper copy of the application in the introductory module for this course. You may find the paper application to be a helpful visual guide as you continue through this training. Receiving your rating. Keep in mind that your step rating in Quality for Me is determined by the level at which your lowest indicator is rated. For example, you may have a family parent handbook, which is a requirement of Step 2, but you may not have a process to evaluate your program on a yearly basis, which is also a requirement of Step 2. Therefore, your step determination would be a Step 1. You can reapply for Quality for Me as often as you like. For example, you may develop a yearly assessment plan over the course of the following 2 months. At that time, you could reapply for Quality for Me, and if you meet all the requirements for Step 2, you would receive a new step determination of Step 2. So where do you get the resources to help you meet all of the standards, like a yearly evaluation process? Questions like this are the reason this training has been developed. By engaging in this training, you will identify activities and resources that will help your program move from Step 1 to Step 2. There is a follow-up training that will help you move from a Step 2 to a Step 3. We hope that you will find this information helpful in your quest to provide children and their families with high-quality care. The objectives for this training are to help child care providers understand the indicators of quality for their program, to clarify terms related to quality rating and improvement systems, including Quality for Me, that might be new or confusing, to provide resources to help providers meet the quality standards and move forward in providing quality early care and education environments that are accessible to all children and families. Here's a brief analogy. Think of it this way. If you're going on a trip on an airplane, what components of the airplane would be most important to you? The engine to get you where you are going, enough fuel to get to your destination, a competent captain at the helm to be sure your flight is safe, a well-maintained plane with documented service and maintenance logs to prove it is safe and ready to go. You might say that all of these things are important to you. I know I would. We can think of our child care program in a similar way. It is important to make sure our program works to the best of its ability to meet the needs of families and children, to live up to the expectations and policies that we share with families in our contracts and handbooks, to be professional in our interactions with families and children by maintaining confidentiality at all times, to continue our training and professional development to keep current on best practices, and to be a competent business owner or manager by keeping good records and being financially responsible. These are the reasons that it is important that we look closely at our program to make sure that we are providing the best quality program possible. Now you can take a quick self-assessment. On the homepage for this course, you will find a 2-page introductory questionnaire. Answering these questions will help you assess your program's readiness to move from a Step 1 to a Step 2. This is not a test. The questionnaire is simply a way to help you think about how your program approaches the different quality indicators. If there are terms in the questionnaire that are unfamiliar to you, please take a moment to review the Quality for Me glossary of terms, which is also found on the homepage. Finally, we'll talk a bit about this training. There are 8 modules in this training, one for each of the quality indicator areas. Each module will include an explanation of each indicator, the standards for each indicator that must be met to attain a Step 2 in Quality for Me, documentation activities that will help you prepare your portfolio, resources that you may find helpful, and a list of suggested trainings that will support your learning around the quality indicators. That's it, you're ready to begin. You can now click on Module 1, Compliance History/Licensing Status. Do not hesitate to contact the trainer of this course with any questions. The trainer's contact information was emailed to you with your login information for this course. You may also contact Maine Roads to Quality at 1-888-900-0055. Have fun!